Thank you to Liquid IV for sponsoring this video. More on them in just a bit. Sports fans of the Reject Nation, how's it going, gang? We are back with another trailer react-a-thon. It's been a hot second, and we have we got a handful of other little morsels from the movies coming up this year. We got Jurassic World Rebirth. We got Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, and we got a Formula One trailer as well. We're going to watch each one, give a few thoughts. They're all pretty short, so if you want to skip around in the video, there will be chapters for that, but we're going to go in tandem, one by one. Each of us is going to lay out our immensely deep feelings based on these very tiny slivers of movie. Gee, are you excited?
I am very excited. I like watching multiple trailers in one setting.
Same.
And I'm excited Roxy gets to do her first trailer react-on with us.
Dude, this is going to be a blast. How are you feeling?
Excited because this has to be more exciting than the game was.
Depending on who you are a fan of, that is absolutely the truth. But I'm a fan of music, so we all win today.
Keep a horn on me, that come on.
Hey, gang, if you could, leave a like on this video. Also, don't forget that MultiCon is coming up. 22nd of February. We are going to be doing panels. There will be a Real Rejects panel. Greg and Coy will have a panel. We'll be all around for you to bump into us and awkwardly be like, and we'll be like, and then we'll all hug it out at the end. But it's all for a great cause. It's to support the LA wildfire relief. We would very much appreciate it if you're in town, you coming by, checking it out. And also, we got some fresh new teas available. Richards Road. We got the Spider Club. All new things. Even more new crew necks and stuff. There's so many things you could do and so many ways to support. We're also at Real Rejects on all the social media. Gang, let's jump into this.
I thought I had my Rejects hat. I didn't.
Oh, you failed the people.
Son of a
You lost the Super Bowl. Let's roll that Jurassic Park. Go.
He's your guy?
We're the best at moving things and people in and out of places they shouldn't be.
I totally didn't realize he's Fierro.
Avoid government patrol, but there aren't that many anymore.
Why's that?
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
They always are.
Everyone in
Island
this
was
franchise.
the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
Neat.
New looks. New looks.
At the worst of the worst, we're left here.
More emphasis on the new creature.
Yeah.
Again.
Looks like a xenopredator dinosaur. Oh,
I love her so much.
the
Ourselves
she
in a
just
place
kicked
we
it.
don't belong.
oh, the Tomb Raider vibes are cool.
Survival is a long shot.
What the hell are those?
Oh yeah.
That's a sick shot. It's a megalodon.
Jurassic World Rebirth. Well, wow, not bad. Before we hop into thoughts on this trailer, though, I need to make a quick correction to the record. Last time when we saw the full trailer, I said that Dominion was the one that I liked, and that was a lie. That was misinformation. Fallen Kingdom is the good Jurassic World movie. Roxy, what did you think of this tease?
I think it looks great. It not that much new, but I think it looks really good. And if I just saw the transcript of it, I would think it was any Jurassic movie ever.
Sure.
But it was fun to watch.
Okay. Gee, what new information did you glean from this glimpse?
I'm so back and forth with this movie because, like I've said before, I really enjoy the monster mayhem action adventure film of the first one of these world films, but 2 and 3 don't enjoy. And this one, it feels a little bit more like Jurassic World Part 1 with, blends of Jurassic Park 3 and 2 as well. So, I hope they kind of just go weirder with this one. That whole thing with dinosaur-human hybrid. I'm like, lean in there. Might as well. Looks because they got an actual monster creation, a horror xenomorph looking thingy with that put some real emphasis on this time. And yeah, I mean, it looks fun. I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is the pressure of it is way off now with the way this franchise has evolved from Jurassic Park to Jurassic World. So all right, I'm down. I'll have a good fun time.
Yeah. I feel like the thing that, no matter which installment you claim to be your own. I feel like what people seem to like the most about the Jurassic World movies is which one hits that monster movie fun ride button for you the best. And this one, I can't really tell. Yeah, like I'm kind of right there with you. This feels like Jurassic Stew. It feels like a little bit of everything. And the thing is, there's nothing really in this trailer where I'm like, that's something new for Jurassic Park. So it honestly feels a little bland looking. Minus like I kind of like Scarlett Johansson, Lara Croft vibes. I think that's cool. The moments where it looks like it could actually be like a couple of people on this island, like very grounded survivalist plus monster element movie, like that looks kind of cool. The rest of the stuff where they're like repeating lines and making jokes, I'm not sure how this movie's going to play in terms of like, is it going to undercut its stakes constantly? Is it going to do anything that we haven't done before? Like it feels like back to basics, but also like just every other movie too. It's weird. It doesn't. Obviously, it's up to the movie to show what its identity will be. And Gareth Edwards has made a lot of stuff that I've enjoyed, so I hope it will have an identity. But these trailers don't really have an identity to me, other than Jurassic stuff.
I think before anything came out with Jurassic World, we heard the original writer David Koepp would be returning, and the director of Godzilla, the spookiest one in the MonsterVerse movie, would be directing, and then so it was like it doesn't feel like a horror movie at all.
No,
and that's the element that I think made Jurassic World Park 1 and 2 pretty cool,
and that it's science fiction too.
I think it's difficult because nobody was clamoring for this movie. So what did we want from the trailer? I think the cast is stellar, and hopefully it surprises us, and maybe it will.
I hope it does, honestly.
I like ScarJo.
I'm always
Quite a
down
bit.
I like ScarJo. Ben Fierro guy is very charming.
What?
Jonathan Ben
Did you not
Fierro
watch
guy.
Bridgerton?
I did not, and Mahershala Ali looks like he's having a blast. So, hey, I'm all for this movie showing me what a good time can be.
Jonathan Bailey put some respect on his name.
He's great in Wicked, and he looks potentially fun. He looks like Alexander Skarsgård in Kong versus Godzilla, or whichever one he's in. I lose track. But let's move on and not lose track of these trailers, because we got a Thomas Cruise joint next.
All right, I'll admit it, and maybe you guys have noticed, during the holidays, I let myself go a little bit. I put on some weight, and for the past 10 days, I have successfully been in a caloric deficit. This whole new eating regimen, so staying extra hydrated has been quite crucial for me lately. So while I've been drinking tons of water, I've also been incorporating today's sponsor, again, a product I have already been using since before we partnered with them, Liquid IV. So here's why I've been leaning on their sugar-free hydration multiplier. One stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. It's powered by their LIV Hydra Science formula, which delivers 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks, packed with essential vitamins like B12 and vitamin C, giving me that extra boost to support recovery and energy levels. And the flavors, honestly, they're incredible. Sometimes I just mix them with my protein shakes, or I just drink them on their own. Every one I've tried is refreshing, smooth, and doesn't have that overly sweet aftertaste you get with some other products. All in all, I'm very grateful for Liquid IV. Again, I've already been using their product. While this is, yes, an agreed upon endorsement, I was like, well, it's a no-brainer to endorse them, considering how much benefits I feel when I use their product. It's made staying hydrated so much easier. So whether you're working out or cutting calories or just pushing through a busy day and don't want to take caffeine, it's one of the quickest, simplest ways to give your body what it needs to feel its best. So like, even if you're not on a strict diet or intense workout plan, staying properly hydrated supports energy levels, focus, and just overall wellness. I mean, let's face it, we could all use a little bit more balance in our lives. So if you've been thinking about trying it, or even if you haven't, take this as a sign. The fact that you made it this far, take it as a sign. Head to liquidiv.com and use code REJECTS for 20% off your first order. That's 20% off when you use code REJECTS at liquidiv.com. Give it a try. It made such a difference for me, and I think it will for you too. Thank you again, Liquid IV.
If you haven't skipped to it already, in which case we got a Thomas Cruise joint right now. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, maybe, perhaps. Apparently Tom Cruise passed out doing stunts for this. Let's see if it was worth it. And a 1 and a 2 and a hullabaloo.
It's been a long time, Ethan.
Your mission, should you choose to accept.
Oh, it's expanding to IMAX ratio.
Oh, that's Snow Shot.
The knife came back.
Oh, another plane.
Everything you've done
The run.
has come to this.
Ooh.
Trust me.
Whoa. Oh, my God.
One last time.
That audio transition's great. Okay, you guys, I have not seen one frame from that movie so far. This is my first seeing anything from it.
And you loved the last one, did you?
I love these movies. I love him. I am so excited for this movie. That's when I don't watch the trailers, where I'm like, I already know my butt's in the seat, so I don't need to see one frame.
I'm sorry,
but
we
that was
spoiled
pretty.
it for you.
No, that was pretty cool to see. Honestly, though, it just reminds you, he is arguably at this point the greatest action star of our time, and it's just like, what could he possibly do next? Every trailer of his is going to be incredible because he's incredible as a performer.
Let's go. All right. Someone say something mean about Tom Cruise now.
Well, he's a Scientologist.
Oh,
Whoa.
not that mean, because they're going to attack us.
Whoa.
You
Come
said
Please.
you said to say something mean.
Oh my God.
You said say something mean.
That's true. You're good.
What was I supposed to do?
Oh man.
I can't say one
Uh-oh.
bad thing about him as a performer.
You know, you just have a mean spirit. That's all that is.
You said
know?
it!
A real nice person wouldn't have anything to say.
You said
They
it.
wouldn't even
You
be able to
say-
imagine.
He might be a Scientologist, but we don't really know what he does other than all the documentaries. So
Other than all the receipts, we have no idea.
Oh my God, I was set up for failure.
No,
That's
no,
what we
you
do.
Won. You won. You won in the spiritual court of public opinion.
can I say, I weirdly like that trailer more than the last one because it actually sold on the theatrical experience more than the former one. I think these Reckoning Mission Impossible movies are in a bit of a strange gamble because I generally am over the moon about the Mission Impossible movies. And while I, for the most part, like the last one, I was part of that camp that was a little I feel like the disappointment of it became more vocal as time went on, actually. And that's the strange thing about these Reckoning films is I don't feel like Dead Reckoning it was not a success at the box office, and it didn't grow in popularity. It seems like the way, like I remember when Fallout even got released later on, that grew in popularity, and all of them have.
What's
And-
your big qualm with it, Greg? Because I just genuinely don't understand. I thought it was so unbelievable. What's the overall reason?
I honestly don't remember
Okay.
my specifics. I just remember like
didn't
watching it twice and being like, "Yeah, this movie's just not really." I think a big part of what's made the Mission Impossible movies so special, if I'm recalling correctly, of what my letdown was, it felt like the most it was going by the numbers and a lot of manufactured. I don't remember exactly what it was. I remember. I just have to listen to. I have to watch the movie again and be like, "That's what I didn't like about it."
I mean, is it the kind of thing where it's like it kind of feels like a bunch of set pieces strung together with some plot stuff more than it does feel like a gliding, moving movie?
I feel like the other ones are like full-on movies, and it seemed like it was more interesting. Just like it was the first time I really felt like they built a script around action scenes, versus like telling like a full movie. Even if the other ones were done that way, I didn't really get that sense. I felt like the overall like character interaction and everything was really exciting and fun like throughout. Like it wasn't really exciting until there was like action scenes for me. And that was part of my camp. And this is also following in the same marketing of being a very serious trailer.
yeah.
And maybe that's more reflective of what the actual movie is. But the other Mission Impossible movies that were giant successes had the, dun, 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 dun. It had that like fun adventure side to it. And I'm not saying the movie needs to be that, but I feel like in the marketing, that tends to do better for Mission Impossible to make an impact because not even these trailers have been tracking as strong as former Mission Impossible movies have.
Well, I think
This one.
I think that's a tricky, thing they gotta find the truest balance of because, like, even movies that have used the more fun marketing approach have managed to incorporate that into the movie while still having, I feel like, since especially, 3 and onward, I feel like you get a lot of dark, personal, like, Ethan Hunt, like, his torture and all that stuff. And I feel like they've leaned a bit maybe too heavily into like Bond-esque, like it's always world-rending stakes and that's always serious. But like the sense of seriousness, even amongst the ensemble, even amongst the characters you rely on for fun, is more sort of sullen and like weighted by all this grand circumstance.
Yeah, I guess just didn't buy too much into. You know what? That shit they did with fucking Rebecca Ferguson.
That
really
actually made me
that
mad.
really made
This
me
is
mad,
just
yeah.
a redux review of
That's
Dead
where my
Reckoning
mind's going.
now.
Because I think this trailer is great. Actually, I do. I like the trailer a lot, and I feel like the plane sequence is going to be batshit. Because like, how many different ways can he hang off something? And they found a new way for him to do it.
And the biplane is a
make
fun
a
one.
smaller plane that he can just hang off of. And I
Because
feel
they
like
went back into the past for this one.
What's the thing about passing out? You heard that he passed out for what?
I don't know what stunts
Oh.
it was. I just know that it was said like, oh yeah, he was filming some another one of his crazy stunts. I wonder if it might have been one of those aerial stunts. I know they'd probably have him strapped to that plane, but going up so high and being out in an open air scenario, you could pass out.
What's your favorite Mission Impossible, Roxy?
I don't know. I was just, as you were saying it, I was just thinking I really want to do a rewatch. Because I don't think I've seen any of them since I saw all of them.
Wow, you know who hasn't seen any of them? Aaron Alexander.
That's crazy. I would do a rewatch with him, but and him do a first time.
Yeah, I think he'd be really happy about that because he really wants to watch these movies.
Yeah.
Have him do it.
Yeah. Well, 3 through 7, I actually really love 1 as well. But 3 through 7, I find to be an incredibly special, like hardcore franchise, and of course, like the action in the last one, incredible. But yeah, I think he's gonna go out with it. This might be the final one.
Say something bad about Tom Cruise.
He's too good at his job.
Oh, you should tone it down so you can be an underdog again.
Hate
so
that when he works with people, no matter how many years go by, he still sends them gifts for their birthdays. It's ridiculous.
I really do feel set up.
Like
You guys brought me here to set
Renee
me up.
Zellweger still gets
You know-
gifts. Kirsten Dunst still gets
You set me up.
If you were a real world-class spy, you wouldn't have walked into a trap like that.
Oh
is
my
all I'm
God,
saying.
that's
You
true.
should have learned
Risks
more
his-
from Tom Cruise.
how he risks his life to entertain us.
Yeah.
He's so irresponsible.
He's so irresponsible for our entertainment enjoyment.
I am rooting for this movie though. I'd love it to be a success.
I am also rooting for this movie.
I'm rooting for it too. And to your point, this was I think it was a good idea if you are going to be a bit more sort of, again, heavy stakes and focusing on that flavor, doing it in a way that's like drawing your attention to just, the visual scope and experience, and choosing some striking images from the now and the upcoming, striking images from the past. It's a piece,
Yeah.
Did they do that in other trailers with the opening, the aspect ratio change?
I'm sure someone else has done it.
No,
but I
I'm
don't
saying
think-
in the other spots for this movie.
No,
Okay.
but I've seen that done with other trailers
Yeah.
with other movies where they mess
Of
with
course.
the aspect ratio, and I love that. I love the IMAX experience of Mission Impossible. But yeah, I want just like tonally the action adventure vibe I want back.
You still want
Yeah.
the fun that comes with espionage.
I want the theme song.
Yeah.
I
You
want
to be able to,
yeah.
you want to, hoot and holler a little bit.
or put an Imagine Dragon song on there. I don't care.
Yeah. Do. All
Get
right.
down with the sickness.
Yes,
What's your
down
favorite
with the
Imagine-
sickness. Imagine Dragon.
Yeah, they had a song in the last
he
Mission
does-
Impossible
doesn't
one.
he? Yeah, he does.
Down with the sickness.
He does. He sounds.
You both know you need.
Well, gang, leave us your thoughts on your favorite Imagine Dragons song, and which one you want to hear in the next Mission Impossible
Oh my
movie.
God! Next trailer's gonna have Tom Cruise's lover,
Dude, his other lover, who he's
Who?
abandoned now for
Bradley Pitt.
Yeah, well, Bradley Pitt, that's right, and Joseph Kosinski.
Oh,
who's
who directed Top Gun 2?
Top-
Was
Top
directing
Gun
this.
2, and he directed Oblivion and that firefighter movie. And
Joseph Kosinski hates Tom Cruise.
he hates him. Oh my God, that's why Christopher McQuarrie is the only director allowed to work with Tom Cruise anymore.
Justin
That's my
Baldoni.
mean thing.
Oh my God.
Well, with that in mind, we're gonna watch the F1 trailer now. Let's do this thing. Oh.
These trailers are so cool.
Yeah, the POV on them is sick.
Oof.
Ooh.
God, that condensation's
Wow.
wild. Oh, wow. Damn, and like the full on
It's-
F1 logo.
These like immersive tidbits.
Yeah.
See, I kind of feel like they're nailing what I kind of in terms of if you're gonna go super serious in your trailers. I think they really nail that. Without making it like action adventure fun, because it still feels like exciting as shit.
It felt like an F1 trailer. That's I
Yeah.
mean, it went fast. It was hard. It was jolty. It was like kind of just snippets and quick versions and things that you would see moving very quickly. And
Is
then
that how F1 trailers usually go? I haven't seen an F1 trailer. Really? I'm being sincere.
no. I'm saying like it felt like F1. Like it felt like it
It felt like it encapsulated
Oh, you mean the, like, when
yeah,
F1
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It like was very, very fast.
Oh, I misunderstood what you were
The
saying.
palpability
Okay,
of
yeah.
the
It
speed
felt like an
and
F1
exhilaration.
trailer. Like yes, all of
Oh,
that.
yeah.
If
Like,
you cut a trailer for the
For the
concept
concept
of
of
Formula
F1,
One
right.
racing, yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
Exactly. I just think that it did a really good job of like the subject felt like the trailer.
yeah.
Part of me kind of wishes we could see Joseph Kosinski direct a Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I feel like actually his pedigree would be really good for that.
Yeah.
And then maybe Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie could make Top Gun 3.
Whoa!
Swap
switch.
them. You don't have to break up. Because, yeah, I mean, what Joseph Kosinski, especially, I mean, you know, he's done some sci-fi stuff, but I think, yeah, the Maverick vibes are all over this. You're in the cockpit. And it's funny to watch that after Mission Impossible because something about this is like, yes, there are wides, but even the wides feel like you're really close up against a fence or whatever you're looking through, or you're really close to the outside of the car, or when you're inside it, you feel
Yeah.
all the rumble and the velocity. And I feel like that is something that maybe the recent Mission Impossible trailers lack a little bit because they're so macro to some extent. And some of that you have to be, obviously, because you're on another helicopter shooting a plane. But, like, you feel the rumble and, like, yeah, it's visceral in a way where the tone is sort of secondary almost.
Well, the approach for this movie is similar to Top Gun Maverick, and we want you to really feel like you're in the plane. We want you to really feel like you're in the cars.
Yeah.
And Joseph Kosinski's ability to do that is spectacular. I think this movie's going to be freaking huge.
Yeah.
I think this will be a massive movie.
This is just because everything was happening so fast, and I don't know that much about this movie.
That's Brad Pitt.
who is the woman?
The what? The woman?
Why
That
can't
he's
you understand
kissing?
a word that I'm saying?
The
Well,
lady
I've
who's
never heard someone
Yeah.
ask who's the woman in a movie before. It just seems like an irrelevant question.
Okay. We saw her twice on the balcony, and then when they're kissing.
Oh, yeah, she's an actress who's in stuff.
Oh,
That looks like the girl
she's-
from Succession, but I don't think it is
it's
her.
not Sarah Snook.
She's a love interest.
No, not Sarah Snook. The girl from Succession. That's the girlfriend of Alan Rook.
Don't know.
She's meant for
seen.
sexual chemistry with Brad Pitt.
That's
I'm gonna look it up.
oh, I'll beat you to it.
Oh, you do?
It's very attractive in the
She
trailer.
does look
is what
attractive
she has
in the
pulled off.
trailer. She's probably.
I'm sure she is of talent, just the way Jennifer Connelly was used.
Oh,
in
Carrie
Top Gun
Condon.
Maverick.
Is it Carrie Condon?
Interesting. Huh.
Is it?
I did not recognize her. Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow,
Well, there you
yeah.
go.
Wait, that's not the. Hold
Yeah,
on.
she's the same one in 2005's Unleashed with Jet Li.
And
remember
the
that.
Banshees of Inisherin. And also
the
Bad
Banshees, yeah.
Samaritan.
Huh.
And,
Oh,
She
Captain
voices-
America: Civil
She
War.
voices
Friday.
Friday.
she was Eve Waller in Night Swim.
She was Farrah in Skeleton Crew.
She did 9 episodes of Ray Donovan. She was in Skeleton Crew.
I love Ray Donovan.
She was in that the show. She was in that show. She was in it. She
Damn.
did appear on screen in that.
Yeah, I did not recognize her.
Well,
Cool.
gang, are you going to get your Formula One racing certificates and get out there?
Yeah. Let's just make sure there's no more trailers. Can you get that notification bell there, John?
Absolutely. This is a little peek at how the sausage is made.
Looks like there's nothing new, baby.
Yeah, let's repost
The Super
longest
Bowl
yard
was
reaction.
tight.
Yeah, man. They got the word beforehand that the Illuminati wasn't going through with the whole Chiefs thing, and so they dropped all the big trailers early.
No Lilo and Stitch, nothing?
I mean, there was a thing, but it wasn't like footage from the movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Bop, 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 bop.
Let me do my stuff. And why don't you guys go do some stuff in the video box down below, where you could leave a like, or you could comment, or you could share, or you could refresh the video and play it a second time.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you guys got anything to say before we
Nah,
leave
brother.
this place?
This
All
was
right.
amazing. I had a great time.
They
I'm
not
glad
like
it was a-
us.
Nah. Happy Super Bowl, gang.
Chris Van Sinkle.
Chris.
All right, look, everyone knows the name Chris is like something to do with Christ.
Jesus.
What we're going to do is guess what Van Sickle means.
Oh.
Then we're going to look up what the name meaning is.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to guess Van Sickle means manslaughter.
Yes.
This looked like vehicular
Vehicular
manslaughter.
manslaughter. Yeah. Because you hit someone with a van and then you see the Grim Reaper
Yeah.
with the sickle. Yeah, that makes sense.
What's yours?
I think that Chris Van Sickle, it reminds me of like those names in Sleepy Hollow. It's all like, oh, Dutch New Englanders, and maybe your family were like wheat cultivators who worked with sickles again. So that's where I'm going. I think it's an occupational
All right, I'm
Dutch
looking it
name.
up. All right. So it means the surname Van Sickle is likely shorter form of the Flemish name Van der Sickle, which means from sickle.
Okay.
What is sickle?
I guess
It's
it must
Belgium?
be a place.
I don't know if you said Belgium.
I didn't
The
say
name may refer
Belgium.
to a person from a place named Sickle or someone who lived in a house with a sickle sign. What is a sickle?
A sickle is like a scythe. It's like the stick with the big curved blade on the end.
I said manslaughter.
Or actually, the handle with the curvy blade, I guess, is also a sickle.
Is that a real last name? I feel like
It's
it probably
gotta
is.
be. I mean, yeah. It
It
seems
didn't
like
say you're full of shit here, so yeah.
yeah. No, it seems like a totally real name, but I guess it's more like you're from a region, or maybe your family was, wheat farmers or something, and just their, your family crest had a sickle on it.
That's fair. Well, shit. All right, Chris Van Sickle. Nice to know you, Christ bearer of the sickles.
Yes, from sickle.